to Thesis to Thinking. You're watching Thinking to Thesis, a complete course in research thinking. In our first episode, we explored a simple but powerful idea. Every thesis begins with a question. Questions drive curiosity. Curiosity drives research. Research creates knowledge. But that leads us to even deeper question. What exactly is knowledge and how do we know something is true? Think about it. Every day we are surrounded by information. We scroll through social media, we watch videos, we read news articles, we listen to experts, we hear opinions from friends and families. Information is everywhere. But here is the problem. Not everything we hear is true. Not everything we read is accurate. Not everything we believe is knowledge. So how do we distinguish knowledge from the information? That is the question we will explore today. A world full of information. Imagine two people. The first person memorized every capital city in the world. The second person understands why cities develop, why civilization grow, and why economics succeeds or fail. Who possesses more knowledge? The first person has information, second person has understanding, and researchers are trained to pursue understanding. What is knowledge? For thousands of years, philosophers have debated these questions. One traditional definition describes knowledge as justified true belief. Let's examine these three words. Belief. First, you must believe something. For example, you may believe that regular exercise improves health. Without belief, there is no knowledge claims. But belief alone is not enough. People believe many things, but turns out to be false. So belief only is the first step. Truth. A statement must actually be true. Suppose someone believes that the earth is flat. They may sincerely believe it. But sincerity does not make a belief true. Truth exists independently of our opinions. Reality does not change simply because we believe something. Justification. This is perhaps one of the most important part. A belief must be supported by evidence. Evidence provides justification. Without evidence, we have speculations. With evidence, we move closer to knowledge. Researchers spend much of their life searching for evidence because evidence separates knowledge from the guesswork. So, how do humans acquire knowledge? Throughout history, humans have relied on several methods. For example, experience, reasoning, observation, experimentation. These might be few among these several methods. Experience. A child touches a hot stove. The child learns that it can cause pain. Direct experiences teach us important lessons. Experience is one source of knowledge, but experience has limits. Our personal experience are often incomplete. Sometimes they can even mislead us. Observation. Humans learn by observing the world. Ancient astronomers observed the movement of stars. Biologists observe living organisms. Researchers observe patterns and behaviors. Observations have helped us to gather information about the reality. Third is reasoning. Humans also use logic. We connect ideas. We identify pattern. We draw conclusion. Reasons allow us to move beyond immediate experience. Many scientific breakthroughs begin with careful reasoning. Experimentation. Perhaps the most powerful method is experimentation. Instead of merely guessing, we test ideas. We collect evidence. We compare results. We evaluate conclusion. Experiments help us to determine whether our beliefs are supposed to be the reality. Fifth is learning from others. Much of what we know comes from other people. Teachers, books, researchers, experts. Civilization advances because knowledge can be shared across generations. Imagine if every generation had to rediscover mathematics, medicine, and science from the beginning, human progress would be impossible. Why do people believe false things? This is one of the most important questions of our time. If knowledge is valuable, why do false beliefs persist? One reason is that humans often confuse confidence with accuracy. Someone may sound certain, that does not mean they are correct. People always confuse popularity with truth. A million people can believe something and still be wrong. History provides many examples. For centuries, many people believed the sun revolved around the earth. The belief was popular. The belief was widely accepted. Truth is not determined by popularity. Truth is determined by evidence. Another reason behind false belief spread is that humans naturally prefer information that confirms their existing views. We often seek agreement rather than accuracy. A good researcher must follow evidence wherever it leads, even if the evidence challenges personal belief. The scientific revolution. Several centuries ago, a revolutionary ideas transformed human knowledge. The idea was simple: do not merely believe. Test, observe, measure, verify, question. This approach became the foundation for modern science. Science does not claim perfection. Science is a method for reducing errors, a method for improving understanding, a method for producing reliable knowledge. The scientific process generally follows a pattern, that is, observation, questions, hypothesis, experiment, evidence, conclusion. This process has helped humanity understand nature, develop medicine, create technology, and explore the universe. Science is powerful because it demands evidence. What makes research different? Research is different from ordinary opinion because research requires justification. Suppose someone says, I think this teaching method is effective. A researcher asks, what evidence supports that claim? How was effectiveness measured? How large was the sample? Could other factors explain the results? Researchers are trained to ask deeper questions. They do not reject claims automatically. They investigate them. Research is organized skepticism. Not skepticism for the sake of doubt, skepticism for the sake of truth. Researchers are willing to change their minds when evidence changes. That willingness is one of the strengths of scientific thinking. The limits of knowledge. Now we arrive at the important realization. Human knowledge has limits. No individual knows everything. No field knows everything. No civilization knows everything. There are still countless mysteries. What exactly is consciousness? How will artificial intelligence reshape society? What will happen inside black hole? Can all diseases eventually be cured? Questions remain everywhere. And that is why research continues. Every answer creates new questions. Every discovery reveals new mysteries. Knowledge is not a destination. Knowledge is a journey. Why this knowledge matters for research? A thesis is not simply a document. A thesis is an attempt to contribute knowledge. Researchers ask, what do we already know? What evidence exists? What remains unknown? How can we discover something new? Understanding knowledge is therefore the foundation of research. Before we conduct research, we must understand what knowledge is. Before we write thesis, we must understand how truth is investigated. Before we seek answer, we must learn how to evaluate evidence. Finally, I would like to conclude that in our first episode, we learned that every thesis begins with a question. Today, we learn that every meaningful answer requires evidence. Questions create research. Evidence creates knowledge. Knowledge advances humanity. Together, these ideas form the foundation of everything we explore in this channel. Key takeaways. Information is not the same as knowledge. Knowledge requires belief, truth, and justification. Evidence is essential for reliable knowledge. Popular beliefs are not necessarily true. Science is a method for producing trustworthy knowledge. Researcher evaluates claims using evidence rather than assumption. Knowledge grows through questioning, investigation, and verification. One sentence summary. Knowledge is not simply what we believe. It is what can be justified through evidence, reason, and critical examination. In our next episode, we will explore a skill that every researcher must develop. What is critical thinking, and why do most people struggle to think clearly? Until then, keep questioning, keep thinking, and keep learning. I am Dr. Alisha Edile Lobo, and this is Thesis to Thinking. See you in next episode. Bye-bye.